Hi guys, I'm Khadija Wexler, the owner of Auggie Bear Publishing, and I would like to give a huge welcome to the book award winner for Most Creative for the 2022 Clara J. Johns Literary Award for Tree Spirit right here, Miss Wannier!
Thank you so much.
Yes. Before we jump right
it.
into it, first of all, congratulations on your win. What does the winning this award mean to you?
Oh my goodness, it's incredible recognition, and also the title Most Creative Book. But when I read about the background for the award, when I learned about it, I just thought it would be an amazing honor to be considered for the award. So to win it is even better. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, you are so welcome. And the judges, I just remember the process that they were going through, and every book that comes through, we always read it, like my staff, myself, my boys. I have 2 boys, and every book I was just like, tell me what you think. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? And I have to tell you, this one in particular, like they were like obsessed with it. I have to just say, like they love the book. So my oldest is 7.5 and the youngest is 4. You gotta make sure you have the half there. But yeah, 4 and 7, and they just were like enthralled with it. And they just were like, looking at all the pictures and guessing to see what, before we get all into it, but what animal or what thing they may see in the book. And just when I was like, okay, this is really interesting. I love this take on it. And talking to other, the judges, they were just like, oh my gosh, this book is just so phenomenal. It's made one of the judges, her comment was like, she's making me go around looking at trees now, deciding like, what do I see there? Am I seeing something or not? So it's really creative and such a great concept. So tell us how it came about.
Well, I'm an artist and a photographer, and I guess I see patterns in everything. So I've been noticing these. Some of the children ask me, like, how did I see them? I don't know. How does the imagination work? Right. I say, I've been seeing these things for years. And I had my first grandchild in 2016. And at that time, my niece and my nephew came to visit. And I thought, I wonder whether they see them too, like whether they how do they react to them? So I thought, well, I'll show them some of the photographs. I'd culled together some of the photographs I'd taken, and I started showing them, and they got so excited about it. So we ended up spending the whole day going around the neighborhood looking at these trees and ending up at the Huntington Gardens in Pasadena looking at more trees. And I don't know, it gave me the courage to try to do a children's book. I thought maybe it would be fun. I originally did it thinking I was doing it for the kids, and then it got a momentum once it got going. So so now I've been reading with four to kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade classrooms, and doing some donations of books to Title I school libraries, and have been getting a very similar response as you described with your sons, or with the boys. That's fantastic.
Yes, I think that's the biggest compliment as an author, right? That someone.
Thank you.
You want at least someone to appreciate what you wrote or what you did. But
I did it for them. I wanted to wake up the children and just say, believe in yourself, like believe in the thoughts and the ideas that are coming out of yourselves, because that's what builds our world.
Right. And to put down a phone or electronic, to look at, just be one with nature.
Exactly. Definitely. And also these skills, particularly as our world is taking away so many of the routine jobs that are now being automated or replaced with drones or robots or what have you, the real work, the real jobs, the real role in life is now going to be to use our creativity, our imagination, and also I also combined it with an understanding of what you're feeling when you're looking, because emotional intelligence is so key to our development. But hope I'm not sounding too much like a teacher. But
No.
But also as a child, I found it difficult to access my feelings. And so I don't know, it kind of evolved that way. So.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And that segues into our next question, which was, what's your background?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I have spent my life building companies, and I've been very fortunate to be successful with some of them, which has given me the freedom to do some of these more creative projects, which are not so tied to money.
Yeah.
And as a grandma now, to think about, I love the chance to develop some of my ideas. So I've been very fortunate to do it in the context of building organizations. But then I went to fashion school and learned to do textile design. Actually, the scarf I'm wearing is one of mine too.
Oh,
so
wow.
I have a kind of multifaceted mind, and that I enjoy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is actually poppies. They were California poppies. I live in Pasadena, California.
Oh, wow.
But I do a little bit of, I dabble in a few different areas, but now I'm basically retired. I do a little bit of advisory work, but mostly I'm spending my time doing these creative projects.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. And your scarf is absolutely gorgeous. Do you
Thank
sell
you.
them? This is a side. No, this has nothing to do with the award. Do you sell them? They're beautiful. Or no, they're.
I do. You can look at louisjane.com, LOUISJANE.com.
Okay.
And they're, yeah.
Check them out. Okay. No worries. No worries. So, what is some advice you would give to up and coming authors?
Well, to trust your own instincts, and to plan out your book, and to if it's a children's book, to test it with children. I spent some time when I first did the first iteration of the book. The hardest part for me was actually how to express what I wanted to convey, and what to say, and I ended up writing it in rhyme. And doing it as a poem. And then I sent copies. I called friends and asked them if they had any children in their extended family. So I wouldn't know the child. So there wouldn't be any personal connection to me. Mm-hmm. And so that I could get some real independent feedback. And so I made up about 20 copies, and, just by hand, 20 copies, and sent them out. To a couple dozen people, and I got this wonderful feedback, which was a full range of feedback. And some of the parents actually took the time. One little girl slept with the book, and her mother sent me the most wonderful comments, and suggesting perhaps this word might be a little bit difficult, and really detailed feedback, the kind of feedback you would get from a professional editor. And then I have a couple of friends who are professional editors, and I sent it to them as well, and they gave me a lot of feedback. And then I iterated it until we were happy with it. And then I've had to find a printer. I've managed to find a very good printer in the United States, in Wyoming. Mm-hmm. And they had done a lot of children's books, and also a lot of books for National Geographic and other places. There's a lot of printing these photographs and printing the acetate overlays. Yeah. We haven't talked about that. One of the most interesting things I think the children love is that when you open the book, the first page is, what do you see when you look up at this tree? Yes. And then maybe you want to show it to them. Yeah. And then I want to say, it's really important to say, all the ideas are good ideas. What do you see? What do you see? You might be seeing something really different from what I see. And that's really interesting. And then when you turn the page, I see an alligator looking at me. And how do you imagine he's feeling today? I think he wants to jump down and play. And it's you can peel back the acetate, and then the child can take some tracing paper and draw their own drawing, because maybe they didn't see an alligator. Maybe they saw a dinosaur or something else.
That was exactly what I was going to say. When we're dinosaur lovers in our household, but instantly I didn't lead the witness, because I didn't read it. We always looked at everything together, but I was like, this looks like a dinosaur to myself. And my youngest was like, I think that's a dinosaur. And my oldest was like, it could be, but it could be a crocodile. I don't know, a reptile. I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see. And then, just really got the imagination flowing. And there was one, first of all, With every book that you send, do you write a handwritten note in all of them?
Well, not in every single one, because some of them are going through bookstores now.
Yes,
but
right.
yeah, but in the beginning, I did.
Yes, it's just lovely. Absolutely.
And I'm happy to do that for anybody that would like a book autographed.
Yes, it was one other, and then I was like, oh, I saw that. Oh goodness, I can't think of it now. The birds. I mean, everything about this book is just fantastic. And so you knew that you wanted to have this, what did you call it? A non-overlay, but what did you call this?
It's actually a piece of acetate,
Okay.
which is what's caused us some complication with the pricing now, but because it's oil-based and we know what's going on in the world. But
Yeah.
it's a sheet of acetate, and it creates a clear transparency. But in the back of the book, every book includes a few sheets of tracing paper. Of course, you can buy some more of your own, or use any kind of clear, so that you can put it over the drawings. And there are also additional drawings in the photographs in the back where you
Yes.
can make a few more of your own.
Yes. This one here. So I'm curious. Me personally, I just need to know what did you see when you were here?
Oh, that's one of the ones I haven't put on.
You didn't.
Well,
you didn't
I do see a big stork.
Yes, me too.
A big stork. Do you also see a big stork?
I did.
Yeah.
I did, and I still do. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or pelican.
Yeah.
Or that type of a bird, and also could be an old dinosaur. Could be an old dinosaur, but I did in my mind. I see a big stork.
Stork. Yeah, a stork, a pelican, or even like a vulture. Like, I don't know.
Oh, could be a vulture also.
Could.
Yes.
Like,
and how do you imagine? Which one do you want to have? Is feeling today?
If I was going with the vulture, he's just ready to eat. That little dot down there.
Ah, voracious.
Like, he's just trying to get to it. He is determined.
Ah, determined. He's feeling determined.
Yes.
Determined.
Yes.
Very good.
I would
love
say.
that.
I would say. Yes. I just love this book personally. So where can people find Tree Spirits? Where can they get it?
Well, it's available on, Amazon and under Tree Spirits Book by Louise Wannier. And it is available on treespiritsbook.com. And it's available, which is our website. And it's available if you live in Southern California in certain bookstores. And hopefully it will be available more broadly very soon.
Yes. Do you have any upcoming events that we should know about?
I do Zooms with schools, but I'm taking the summer off.
Okay.
So the new events will be scheduled starting in September.
Awesome. So what's on the horizon for you? What's next?
Well, I'm working on the children as I've been reading. I've read now to, 100 schools or more, but and also a number of bookstores. The children were asking me about whether I'm going to do another one. So I thought, well, maybe I should give a try to it. So I'm going to do Tree Spirits around the world, as I've had the fortune to travel quite a bit. And this time I'm doing it a little bit with some collaborators, some photographers in other areas who are sending me photographs of the trees they're discovering. And that's one of the things that's been really fun, is that people have started sending me lots of pictures of all the crazy trees they're seeing.
Yes.
And so I'm putting that together. So it might be another year or so, but I'm working on it.
That's what you're working on. And I know you said you get your mail, fan mail, or, just people appreciating your work. What has been some of the craziest, maybe pictures or things that people have said they've seen from, I don't want to give it away, but in some of the pages that you have free?
Well, I think it's really not so much the craziest as just the variety. So like the picture that's on the front of the bunny with the bunny inside, that one can go anywhere from a rhinoceros to a bear to a squirrel to someone said a frog. And actually I did have, if you look on our website, treespiritsbook.com, we post a lot of the comments from a lot of the children from the readings. So you can read the variety there, and also on our Instagram, which is @treespiritsbook. Everything is Tree Spirits Book. So.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for submitting your book and the judges loving it for Most Creative. Guys, if you haven't already, get a copy of Tree Spirits, this award-winning Most Creative for the Clara J. Johns Literary Award 2022. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.